Well, it's Theater Thursday, folks, and the Vortex Theater is bringing to the stage one of my personal favorites, Picasso at the Le Panagile, a play featuring Albert Einstein, Pablo Picasso, who meet in a bar in France before they discover the theory of relativity and Cubism. They're both on the verge of their individually amazing ideas, and here with us more on the play and where you can check it out at the brand new Vortex Theater is director Martin Andrews, along with actor Jeremy Quinn. Guys, thanks for coming in. Very interesting concept on this. Want to mention also this play written by Steve Martin, one of our comic geniuses. Tell us very briefly what happens in this play.
Well, it's set in 1904 at the Le Panagile, a bar in Montmartre in Paris, and in walks the bar two geniuses. It sounds like a kind of a start of a joke.
Genius walks into a bar.
Yeah, exactly. And they're both in their 20s, Einstein and Picasso, and like you said, they're on the verge of their great discoveries. And I think each of them needs something from the other character. Maybe Einstein needs a little confidence, which Picasso has in excess.
Yeah, no kidding.
And maybe Picasso needs a larger theory. He's creating work all the time, but he doesn't have the way to connect what he does. And that's, I think, what Einstein provides.
Gotcha.
And through a lot of jokes and a lot of laughs, they come to this place where they really converge and they meet together.
Yeah, it's exciting. So you play Einstein. Tell us a little bit about your process of developing, really playing one of the largest figures in modern history.
Well, what's great about it is that this is Einstein, but it's kind of Einstein as Steve Martin has kind of set him in the situation. So there's a lot of room to bring in who Einstein really was, but also occasionally to play to some of the stereotypes of who we think Einstein was to help flesh out some of those comedic moments. So it was fun to get to look at who he was historically and the amazing things that he did. You have to understand a little bit about relativity to be able to play to some of the jokes. Martin's feathered in a lot of that sort of comedy Steve Martin has into the play. So it's fun to research that, but then there's also this whole comedic side of things that you can't forget about. He is part of a comedy here.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's the play goes into a very absurdist direction toward the end of the piece, but it's also, it's not just Picasso and Einstein. It's a great supporting cast of characters, Gaston, Suzanne, these amazing characters that also kind of serve as foils for these individual characters.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what was it like working as an ensemble with this piece?
We talked about this just a couple days ago. We're talking about the tempo because it's a comedy. It has to be played at an allegro tempo. We have to go along, and then we have to take it easy in those sections where Steve Martin wants the audience really not just to hear the tempo and the joke and the punchline, but wants to pull us in to his reflections about art and science. So it's really finding the tempo, finding a way to communicate with each other and meet each other in the middle of the joke.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Well, so, at the core of this, obviously it's a comedy, but anyone that really knows Steve Martin's comedy, there was always something latent underneath that really has a sort of a universality to it. What do you think the universality is of this play? Why set this play in 1904? Why does it still have modern relativism?
We were talking about that earlier, just the idea that it's set at the beginning of the century. And at one point they're talking about how terrible the century before was, but how amazing this next century is going to be. And Steve Martin wrote this play at the end of the 20th century, looking forward to the 21st century. And there are a lot of things that haven't changed. We are moving forward with a lot of new and amazing things happening, but how those will be used, what will come of it, do we look forward with hope? Do we look forward with despair? And I think he's kind of setting a tone for that, for moving from the 20th to the 21st century.
Right, yeah, and it really is an amazing piece. We're going to talk more about this in style coming up in a few minutes. But want to mention very quickly, this is happening at the brand new Vortex Theater. You are the first show at the new Vortex Theater. You guys excited about that?
We're really excited about that. They have been building the space around us. So as we construct the set, they're constructing the space, and it's been an adventure. But man, it's looking beautiful. From the lobby to the outside, they're really pulling it together. It's really exciting.
Fantastic. Well, you guys stick around, grab a cup of coffee. You grab a cup of coffee. For more information, head over to Casa.com. We'll talk more about Picasso on the